Okay, guys, I'm back. This is a very short word, but I know that it needs to be said. I feel like God really this is something He's been talking to me about for quite some time, more so today. And so I'm gonna upset some religious spirits, you guys. Like my channel and many other channels, we're about love, we're about the Word of God, we're about faithfulness. And so a lot of times religious spirits are going to clash with what God is doing, right? With who He's using. And I say religious spirits because they're spirits. They're entitled religion that is just like, is this way, and if you're not doing it this way, then you're not a true Christian. And so I want to expose that. I want to expose the lies of the enemy, because God tells us He is love and to love our neighbors. That is, it fulfills every other part of the law, He says. And also love covers a multitude of sins. And so grace is found in God's love. Mercy is found in God's love. Compassion is found in God's love. But where does religion fit in? Where does a religious mindset fit in? Because religious people have a hard time accepting the fact that God can place you somewhere and you're the light in that place. And they think that God is really just, oh, church. It's church. You have to go to church. You have to do this. You have to do that. It's like a set of rules. Think of the Pharisees. Jesus stood right before them and it went right over their head. They were like, you are a liar. You're not Jesus. In other words, they thought that He was blaspheming. And so a lot of times religious people think that, it's religion. It is false doctrine. And so it's very harsh. And they talk about pagan holidays. I mean, somebody wrote the other day under my comments about Christmas being a pagan holiday. And I'm just like, this is why certain people don't further in their callings. This is why certain people aren't used the way they want to be used, because they're too grounded and founded on religion, when Jesus is love. When Jesus, He shared His message into the world. Jesus went into the world and sat with sinners. He sat with prostitutes. He sat with murderers. He sat with the tax collectors. And they talked about Jesus. So the next time God is preparing you and God is calling you to step out in faith, to go somewhere, to do something, and you have religious people, religious spirits that are hindering your walk, you stand grounded on God's love. You stand grounded on God's faithfulness, because God is not a man that He shall lie. God knows what He's doing. That's why it's so important to have a personal relationship with Him, because it's His voice over all the noise. I'm always going to listen to God's voice for my life, because God's voice led me to where I am today. God's voice, He's been gracious to me. He's been so kind to me. So it's not to say we should ignore other people, because there's amazing people God sends into our lives. People that care, people that are supportive, people that love you, people that want to see you grow, people that are there to pray and stand in agreement with you. Those are the people for you. And remember that people come and go. I had to swallow this pill. People come and go. It's a seasonal thing, you guys. And so I just want to share that with you guys. I love you guys, and just know that God is using many of you guys for His greater purpose. You guys, God is doing a new thing. Let Him do that new thing. And sometimes it means to avoid the noise. People are going to have opinions and maybe their thoughts, but God's plans for your life will always prevail. He says, many are plans in a man's heart. Many plans are in a man's heart, but it is the purpose of God that prevails for your life. So God is number one, y'all. I love you guys. Talk to you soon.